Well, hello everyone. If you are watching this, not really a good spot for this right now. If you are watching this, then we are on Preliminary Philosophy of the Rosicrucian Teachings, question number 4. Question 1 through 3 we cover. All of it can be found on our website. So if you happen to find this on YouTube, you can find the whole course on our website. And here, I'm just posting like here and there little things for our class. So the class is free and everything that you need is found there. So question number 4, I'm just going to go ahead and jump in for people who are ready. We're talking about the chemical ether and the etheric region. We covered that in question number 3. So the question is, the chemical ether has 2 poles, positive and negative, in its manifestation. What is the function of each pole? So we're talking about how polarity works within the different regions. And we've covered in the previous questions, we're talking about these regions. If there's kids out there that just jumped in and they're like, what is she talking about? This is advanced philosophy. You are welcome to stay in class. It is a lot of fun to grow our brains. So what is the function of each pole? So I'm going to go ahead and I'm just going to read what's on the page here and talk a little bit about it. So you can screenshot this. You can go to our website on advanced philosophy, and these pages are on the if you scroll all the way to the bottom of lesson 1, these pages are there. My pictures of my textbook are there for you. You can also get your own copy of the textbook. And if you want your own copy to read it yourself. Okay, so let's start. This ether is both positive and negative in its manifestation, the chemical ether. The forces which cause assimilation and excretion work through it. Assimilation is the process whereby the different nutritive elements of food are incorporated into the body of plant, animal, and people. This is carried on by forces with which we shall become acquainted with later. So that's a fancy way of saying he's going to talk more about that later in the book. They work along the positive pole of the chemical ether and attract the needed elements, building them into the forms concerned. So really, that's just Heindel talk for saying like the body pulls in elements that it needs, the nutrition that it needs, and how that happens in the chemical ether is with this positive pull that they're talking about in the law of polarity. This is big science. So if you're just like, I don't even understand what the law of polarity is, well, there's 2 sides to each pole, and they do stuff, right? And the chemical ether that we learned in previous, we'll learn all about that in the previous questions in this course. So the solids, liquids, and gases, exactly. They work along the positive pole of the chemical ether and they attract the needed elements, building them in the forms concerned. I just read that. These forms do not act blindly nor mechanically, but in a selective way, well known to scientists by its effects, thereby accomplishing their purpose, which is the growth and maintenance of the body. So it makes sense. He's saying that the positive pole works with assimilation, and that's how we grow our bodies big and strong and how we're healthy. And so next time you really need a snack and your mom or your dad says no, or your grandma says no, you say, but the nutritive forces that I learned in philosophy say that I need to assimilate my nutrients. And you might get a snack just for talking like that. I know I'd give a kid a snack if they were talking like that. So excretion is carried on by forces of the same kind, but working along the negative pole of the chemical ether. By means of this pole, they expel from the body the materials in the food which are unfit for use, or those which have outlived their usefulness in the body and should be expurgated from the system. It makes you poop. The negative pole makes you poop. I just can't seem to get away from this poop concept every time I open this Cosmoconception book. Heindel talks about it a lot. But it is a natural function of the chemical ether, so it makes sense. Okay, back on topic. This, like all other processes independent of man's volition, is also why selective and not merely mechanical in its operation, for seen as instance in the case of the action of the kidneys. I'm going to explain what this means, where only the urine is filtered through when the organs are in health, but it is known that when the organs are not in health, the value album is allowed to escape with the urine, the proper selection not being made because of an abnormal condition. So he's saying that this happens whether or not you like it. Like, it doesn't matter. Like, you can't choose to pull certain nutrients from your body, and you can't choose to be like, I'm gonna digest my food now. Like, that's really all he's saying. Like, he's making it really sciencey, but that's really what he's saying. But he's pointing this out because he really wants us to understand how polarity helps us grow big and strong, and how it works in the chemical ether, and how this is true for plants and animals too. Now, to grow your soul, exactly. So, because the whole point of all of this adventure, right, is to grow our souls. And so he is telling you, like, this is happening because it's designed that way to help you grow big and strong. So I hope that helps, and I'll see you in question number 5.